Over the last year, the number of DeFi users has grown from just over 100,000 to well over 1.3 million. This explosion in adoption is showing no signs of slowing down, and this has subsequently put the heat on the Ethereum community to come up with ways to reduce gas costs and improve the efficiency of their network until Ethereum 2.0 is ready to rumble. Among these solutions are Layer 2 blockchains, which make it possible to scale Ethereum from just 15 transactions per second to tens of thousands of transactions per second with near zero network fees. The demand for Layer 2s is consequently higher than ever, and the tokens which power these scaling solutions are poised to see some serious gains in the coming months. Matic Network is the current leader in the Layer 2 space, and by the end of this video, you will know why the Matic token may become one of the top performing cryptos of 2021. Before we hit the ground running, I need to level with you. I am not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video should be interpreted as financial or investment advice. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, allow me to introduce myself. I am the one and only Crypto Guy, and my mission is to bring you the highest quality content about the latest and greatest cryptocurrencies, DeFi protocols, exchanges, protocols, and much more. If this sounds exactly like what you've been looking for, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and ping that notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you look down below, you'll see I have left a bunch of timestamps that you can use to navigate to the topics that interest you the most. I've also left a bunch of useful resources in the description that you can use to learn more about the topics I'll be discussing today. And with that said, I think it's about time we got started. So, let's see what Matic Network is all about. Matic Network has a very interesting backstory. The project has 3 co-founders, Anurag Arjun, Sandeep Nalwal, and Jaynti Kanani. I'm sorry, chaps, if I pronounced any of your names wrong there. All 3 were successful developers and active members of India's Bitcoin community, which was relatively small given the country's heavy-handed approach to crypto. Sandeep explained in an interview that India's hostility towards cryptocurrency has to do with the country's black market economy, which is apparently so large that it would put India in the top 3 largest economies in the world if it were factored into their GDP. This made working in cryptocurrency a very unattractive career path for most developers in India, especially after India's central bank put a ban on providing banking services to crypto companies in 2018. However, this did not dissuade the Matic team, which had been hammering away at a scaling solution for Ethereum since the fall of 2017. The trio had been inspired by a technical paper written by Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin and developer Joseph Poon, which detailed a scaling solution called Plasma. In the year that followed, Matic co-founder Jaynti Kanani worked with developers at Decentraland to create a more efficient version of Plasma called More Viable Plasma, something considered to be a huge milestone in the Ethereum space. More Viable Plasma consequently became the bedrock for Matic's own technology. In an attempt to draw more attention to the project, the Matic team hosted and attended dozens of hackathons and cryptocurrency events around the world throughout 2018 and 2019. This paid off when Binance approached the Matic team at one of these events and offered to fund the project via the Binance Launchpad in early 2019. The Matic team accepted, and the token sale took place on Binance at the end of April 2019. Now, I'll come back to the Matic IEO later on in the video. In May 2020, Matic Network's mainnet went live. This was shortly after the Indian Supreme Court struck down the central bank's banking ban on cryptocurrency. As you can imagine, Matic Network's growth has been explosive since then, and it seems that Matic is becoming the Layer 2 solution of choice for many projects building on Ethereum. This is all thanks to Matic's unique approach to the Plasma scaling solution, and the other useful products the Matic team has built for decentralized applications on Ethereum. To understand how Matic Network works, we need to take a second to review Plasma. Plasma essentially involves creating a copy of the Ethereum blockchain called a child chain. This child chain periodically submits a snapshot of its state to its parent chain, which is of course the Ethereum blockchain. The interesting thing is that if anything goes wrong on the Plasma chain, users are able to reference the most recent valid snapshot of the Plasma chain on Ethereum to restore operations and/or reclaim their tokens. Joseph Poon explains Plasma chains as being akin to the lower courts of a judicial system, with the Ethereum blockchain being the Supreme Court. The idea is that you don't need the Supreme Court for every issue, just when there are disagreements in the lower courts that cannot be resolved. Matic Network builds on this idea by incorporating proof of stake into its Plasma chain architecture. Technically speaking, Matic Network uses more viable Plasma, or MVP. MVP is outside the scope of this video, but the short of it is that it protects any assets in the Plasma chain using the Ethereum blockchain. Although the Matic Network we see today is connected to Ethereum, Matic Network is actually blockchain agnostic, meaning it can use any cryptocurrency blockchain as its base layer. That said, the Matic Network has 3 layers. The first is a smart contract layer that's built on the Ethereum blockchain. These smart contracts are how the Matic Network connects to Ethereum, and they include smart contracts related to staking, delegation, and any decentralized applications running on the Matic blockchain. The second layer on Matic Network is called Heimdall, and it's where validators work their magic. Interestingly enough, this proof of stake layer uses Tendermint, the same Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus mechanism as Cosmos. Validators on Matic Network are tasked with periodically publishing summaries of block transactions to the Ethereum blockchain. These time periods are called checkpoints, and these checkpoints happen every 5 minutes. Although validators earn staking rewards and a cut of network fees, they do not actually generate blocks. This is done on Matic Network's block-producing layer called BOR. BOR is the Plasma part of Matic Network. More specifically, it's where Ethereum devs can relaunch their smart contracts and dApps. While the Heimdall layer of Matic Network is intended to have between 100 to 120 validator nodes, the BOR layer has block producers that are, quote, low in number. This is to maintain a block generation time of 1 second and a breakneck transaction speed of between 7 to 10,000 transactions per second. Note that this is for a single Matic Network sidechain. With additional sidechains, Matic can scale to millions of transactions per second. In terms of cost, 1 million transactions on Matic Network works out to about $1 in fees. Now, in addition to its unique architecture, Matic offers 2 products which enhance the experience of Ethereum dApp users. The first product is called Dagger, and it is described as a, quote, simple development tool to get blocks, transactions, or events triggered by Ethereum blockchain. Dagger is basically a sort of real-world smart contract that executes a function like sending an email or a phone notification when something happens on the Ethereum blockchain. So, for example, you could use Dagger to send you a Telegram message when a whale moves a large amount of some obscure ERC20 token to Uniswap. The use cases here are truly unlimited. Now, the second product is the Matic Wallet, which is intended to function as a simple gateway to access decentralized applications on Matic and Ethereum. Now, unfortunately, these wallet features do not seem to be available yet, and Matic also recently announced that they would be scrapping the mobile version of the Matic Wallet. If anyone watching has any tokens on the mobile version of the Matic Wallet, you need to move those to a different wallet before the end of January. You can see the post in the description for more information about that one. The Matic Wallet is also used for staking and delegating on the Matic Network. Staking rewards on Matic Network range from 6.5% to 650% per year, depending on the percentage of Matic tokens being staked. Matic staking rewards are currently just shy of 30% per year. Not too shabby if you ask me. The hardware requirements to become a validator on the Matic Network are also quite reasonable, and you only need 1 Matic token to get started. The rub seems to be in the technical knowledge you'll need to get your validator node up and running. I'll leave a guide in the description if you're interested. Now, if you're allergic to coding, you can just stick to delegating. As I mentioned moments ago, delegating is done using the Matic Network web wallet. Staking rewards as a delegator are slightly less because you have to pay your dues to the validator. Thankfully, the minimum stake is also just 1 Matic token. Note that you will need a browser wallet like MetaMask to interact with the Matic web wallet. This means you'll also need a bit of ETH for gas. Finally, keep in mind that there is a 9-day unlock period for any Matic staked as a validator or delegator. So if the Matic token starts to go parabolic, consider thinking twice before locking up your funds. And speaking of price action, does Matic have any serious potential? Well, to answer that question, we must go back to the beginning. Matic Network held its initial exchange offering on Binance using the Binance Launchpad. 1.9 billion Matic were sold for a total price of $5 million, which works out to just over a quarter of a cent per Matic. In addition to the IEO, Matic Network had 2 private funding rounds, which also took place at the end of April. The first private sale raised $165,000 in exchange for just over 200 million Matic tokens. Now, I can't say for sure, but I'm assuming these tokens went to Coinbase Ventures, who invested in the project around that time. Whoever these seed investors were, they got a pretty sweet deal, since each Matic token was sold for less than 1/10 of a cent. The second private sale raised $450,000. This saw 170 million Matic sold at the same price as the IEO, slightly north of a quarter of a cent. In total, only about 23% of Matic's total supply of 10 billion was sold between the private sales and IEO. Of the remaining 77%, the Matic team received 16% or 1.6 billion tokens. Advisors from Decentraland and Coinbase were allocated 4%. 12% of the token supply was reserved for network operations, and 22% and 23% of the supply went towards the Matic Foundation and ecosystem incentives, respectively. These tokens are subject to a vesting schedule which will last for another 5 years. However, I will caution that the emission schedules you currently see on Messari and Binance Research are not entirely correct. That's because Matic tokens allocated to the Matic Foundation and team that were unlocked in October 2019 and April 2020 were redirected to go into staking rewards. Unlike other proof-of-stake cryptocurrencies, Matic Network does not pay validators and delegators using inflation, and there are technically no block rewards. The Matic token has a maximum supply of 10 billion, and the team is hoping that by the time their staking rewards run out, there will be enough network activity to compensate validators using network fees alone, which are of course paid in Matic tokens. Now to answer the question, does the Matic token have price potential? Well, it's not looking too good as far as tokenomics go. Consider the fact that the total amount of Matic tokens in play has increased from 4 billion to over 7 billion over the past year. Even though Matic has a maximum supply, in practice this does not matter much when 1 billion tokens are made market ready every 6 months. It also doesn't help that the Matic team was accused of manipulating the price of their token after it crashed in December 2019. The crash was so strong that it was covered by almost every major cryptocurrency news site. It got so bad that Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao even stepped in to try and dispel the notion that the Matic team had anything to do with what appeared to be a pump and dump. Now, I'm inclined to agree with CZ. I don't think that price action was the fault of the Matic team. They've been incredibly transparent on their website as to where their tokens are being kept and how they spend them. Moreover, the impressions I got from watching interviews with their founders gives me a gut feeling that they are not to blame. Still, I think it's quite clear there is some sort of price manipulation going on with Matic. I count at least 5 pump and dump cycles since the token was released, though they seem to be less and less severe as time goes on. Now, this might be because there's less speculation and more interaction on the part of Matic token holders as the Matic network continues to see adoption. Matic Network is working with Decentraland to scale the transactions of users in its virtual world and has also partnered with MakerDAO to bring DAI to the Matic network. In September 2020, Matic announced that it also partnered with Circle to issue their USDC stablecoin on Matic. Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire also recently tweeted about Matic Network, applauding the over 33 million USDC currently in circulation on its network. Given that banks in the United States were recently given the green light to use stablecoins as part of their operations, this has left some wondering if Matic will be the ETH Layer 2 solution chosen for those stablecoin settlements. I personally think these banks will diversify their base networks entirely. There is a strong case for them using Stellar, for example. You can learn more about my reasoning by watching my video, which I've linked to in the top right of this screen. Anyway, in November 2020, Matic Network became the first blockchain besides Ethereum to offer native integration for Chainlink price feeds, a huge milestone for both projects. Although Matic Network has been announcing a new partnership almost every other day on their Twitter, there is one partnership that I want to bring your attention to. Aavegotchi is an NFT game founded by Aave, the second largest DeFi protocol. It was supposed to launch on Ethereum earlier this month, but was delayed due to high Ethereum gas fees. Aavegotchi is now launching on Matic Network instead. So, what's the big deal? Well, Aave founder Stani Kolechov has noted on multiple occasions that Aave is considering expanding the protocol to other blockchains. If Matic Network was not on their radar before, well, it certainly is now. In addition to partnerships within the crypto space, Matic co-founder Sandeep Nalwal noted in an interview that they are in talks with large institutions to provide blockchain services. Sandeep explained that this is because most private companies know that blockchains built by the likes of Facebook, IBM, and Google are nothing more than, quote, glorified databases, something which I have long suspected to be the case. To top it all off, Matic Network has first-mover advantage in its home country. I can't think of another cryptocurrency project that's based in India, and I reckon it's a region that's often overlooked by crypto marketing initiatives. When the retail FOMO starts to take hold in the coming months, I think a substantial chunk of Indian investors will be placing their bets on Matic. Let's just hope their government doesn't ban crypto again before that happens. Matic Network is without a doubt one of the leading Layer 2 scaling solutions for Ethereum. In contrast to many cryptocurrency projects, you can tell that the project's founders are genuinely passionate about the technology, about user experience, and about the potential of decentralized applications. It certainly helps that one of them was a pioneer of the most valuable scaling solutions in cryptocurrency. Matic Network's interoperability is also a huge bonus. Other smart contract blockchains like Cardano and Polkadot will soon be launching their ecosystems, and I have a feeling that Matic will play a role on those blockchains as well. My only real gripe with Matic's design is that it seems to be very centralized. The actual plasma chain part of its architecture is only run by a handful of nodes, which probably belong to Matic. If this is the case, and all these block-producing nodes are also located in India, any serious anti-crypto regulation from the Indian government could potentially cripple Matic's network. I also wonder whether Matic Network will see enough adoption to become a sustainable blockchain without the constant injection of staking rewards. After 5 years, those staking rewards will run out, and even Matic's co-founders have noted that it will take at least another decade before institutions really get comfortable with crypto. This, of course, raises the question of whether Matic Network is just a short-term get-rich-quick scheme. Again, I really don't think this is the case, and the incredible adoption the network has seen in just the last few months is testament to this. I really do think we will start to see some serious DeFi action on Matic. At the end of the day, that's where the future is, and the future is what Matic has been building since its beginnings in 2017. Assuming India doesn't ban crypto trading again, I would not be surprised if Matic becomes one of the most traded cryptos in that country. This, combined with user adoption, is why I think Matic will likely be the leading Layer 2 crypto in 2021. If you enjoyed this video, direct your cursor to that like button and give it a nice firm click. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and remember not to leave that notification bell hanging either. Being in the know is necessary if you want to make the most of this bull market. And speaking of being in the know, I've got a whole arsenal of resources you can use to master the crypto markets. Every week, I send out a newsletter which gives you a breakdown of my personal portfolio, my thoughts on the crypto markets, a digest of the top crypto news, and a sneak peek at the projects I've been looking at. I also have a Telegram channel where I give you these hot takes in real time. If you want to get up close and personal, you can follow me on my Twitter and Instagram as well. Oh, and if you want to flex on your friends, well, consider supporting the channel by buying a t-shirt or hoodie from the Coin Bureau merch store. Links to all this and more are in the description. It was a pleasure as always, folks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all further down the blockchain.